Forgetting words isn't just frustrating. It makes you question everything. Do I even know this language? Did I ever know this word?
And what if it happens in the middle of a conversation? You're speaking, it's going fine, and then, what was that word again?
But forgetting words isn't a language problem. It's a brain problem. And today we're going to hack your brain so it stops happening. Because the issue isn't always that you didn't learn the word. Sometimes your brain just doesn't pull it up when you need it. But that can be fixed.
We're not talking about memorizing endless word lists here. There are ways to work smarter, not harder. And today, we're getting into the one trick even native speakers use when they forget words. How to train your brain to remember words faster and a lot more.
So let's get into it. So first, native speakers forget words all the time too. The difference is they don't panic. They don't just stop and give up. They describe what they mean. I mean, it happens to all of us, even with our language, right?
Yeah, like if they forget the word hairdryer, they'll just say, "Oh, that thing that dries my hair. You know, the hot air thing." They try to explain what they mean.
Like if someone forgets the word ladder, they'll say, "That thing you climb when you need to reach something high."
I'm going to give you another example, the word microwave. I can just say that thing that heats up food fast.
Or giraffe, the super tall animal with the long neck.
Wait, why did you pick giraffe? When are you ever in a situation where you forget giraffe and need to explain it?
I mean, you never know. Maybe I'm at the zoo.
Oh, of course, of course.
But you get the idea. You don't stop. You just describe things until the word comes to you.
So, why do people forget words in the first place? Because of how they learn them. A lot of people memorize words, but they don't learn them. That's the difference.
Yeah. Sometimes it's not even forgetting. It's just that the word never really stuck in the first place. Memorizing is like cramming for a test. You might remember the word for a day, but then it's gone.
But how can we make the words stick? Sometimes you don't forget words. You just never actually use them.
True. Imagine you spent hours memorizing a list of cooking vocabulary. Then, one day, you need to use those words, and nothing.
And then you start thinking, wow, am I just bad at this? But that's not the problem. The problem is you never said those words out loud. Let's say I memorized a bunch of cooking words. What should I do next? First, say them out loud. Check the pronunciation, repeat them, get comfortable with how they sound.
Then, give yourself a small test. Go to the kitchen, start cooking, and say what you're doing. Like, I'm gonna make an omelet. I got my eggs. I just need 2 eggs. I'm looking for a pan. Oh, here it is. I heat the pan, put some butter, crack the eggs. I grab the spatula, I flip it. I need a plate.
So you're not just thinking the words. You're using them while doing the actual thing.
And that's what makes them stick. When you connect words to actions, they become natural.
Yeah, because now, every time you cook, those words come back automatically.
So the best way to do that is to connect it to something real. Instead of memorizing umbrella from a list, think about the last time you actually used one. Picture yourself holding it, opening it in the rain, shaking off the water before you go inside.
The brain loves that stuff. It remembers things way better when there's a real connection.
That's why just reading vocabulary lists doesn't work for most people. The words don't mean anything to them yet.
So if you want to remember stove, don't just repeat stove, stove, stove. Imagine yourself cooking. Smell the food, feel the heat.
Or think about the last time you burned something. That usually sticks.
So another way to actually remember new words, stop learning them one by one. Like instead of memorizing refrigerator, learn, I put the milk in the refrigerator.
It's easier because it's a full idea, not just a random word floating in your head.
And it makes sense. You never use words alone when you speak. You use them in sentences. So why not learn them that way?
Right. Stories also. Our brain loves stories. If you're learning giraffe, don't just repeat the word. Make up a little story. I saw a giraffe at the zoo, and it was so tall.
Just, how often do you think people need to say giraffe in daily life?
Okay, fine. Maybe not giraffe. But the idea works for anything.
Yeah, like if you're learning apartment, don't just think apartment. Picture your dream apartment. Imagine what color the walls are, where the couch is.
That's the key. Connect words to something real or even emotional. And that's how you make words stick. You don't just study them, you live them.
All right, so those were some practical ways to remember words. But there's something else that makes a huge difference. Just staying aware.
What do you mean by staying aware?
Like, let's say you forget a word. Don't just move on. Look it up. Grab your phone, check it quickly. Have an app ready, something offline, maybe a translator or a dictionary.
That's so true. Also, don't feel bad if you have to check the same word more than once. That's normal.
Right. If you forget a word today and check it, and then forget it again tomorrow, check it again. There's nothing wrong with that.
The more you see it, the more it sticks. It's like filling your brain with words over and over until they stay. And this takes way less effort than people think. It's just a habit.
And the last thing, never stop practicing. Just keep going. Listen. Speak. Check words when you forget them. Use them in real situations.
The more you do it, the more natural it gets. And honestly, that's how real fluency happens, through daily practice, not just memorizing words. If you found this helpful, let us know in the comments. What's a word you always forget?
Or maybe a way that you memorize new words? We'd love to hear it. And if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe for more English practice. Take care, everyone.
Take care, Liam. Time to go over some new words and phrases before we finish. Frustrating. Meaning, causing annoyance or making you feel upset because something is difficult. Example, learning a new language can be frustrating at times, but progress comes with practice. Pull up. Meaning, to bring something up on a screen or find information. Example, let me pull up that video so we can watch it together. Endless. Meaning, something that seems to go on forever. Example, there's an endless amount of content online to practice English listening. Get into it. Meaning, to start enjoying or becoming involved in something. Example, at first I found podcasts boring, but now I really get into it. Cramming. Meaning, studying a lot of information in a short time. Example, cramming new words right before a conversation doesn't help much. You need regular practice. Struggle. Meaning, to have difficulty with something. Example, many learners struggle with pronunciation, but listening daily helps a lot. Bunch. Meaning, a group of things or people. Example, I found a bunch of great English learning podcasts to listen to. Cycle. Meaning, a series of events that repeat. Example, if you only study grammar and never speak, you'll stay stuck in the same cycle. Keep practicing, and soon these words will feel natural in your daily conversations. Thanks for listening. If you want more English listening and speaking practice, subscribe for more podcast episodes to improve your fluency with natural, real-life conversations.